to Biz Chicks TV. We're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle so you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. Here are your hosts.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Biz Chicks TV. I'm here with my friend and colleague, Coach Caren Fern, all the way from Toronto, Canada. She's in the house, and we are talking about building that CEO life. Oh my gosh. Listen, this is a continuation. So if you didn't catch it last week, you need to catch the replay. So we just want to give a shout out to all of you live and on the replay. But Coach, I am just really thrilled with this topic because you have so many great examples. And before we get started, I just want to let people know that Coach Caren speaks from experience. She has a number of businesses that she has run throughout her lifetime. She's run childcare centers. She's run janitorial services. She has done fashion design, merchandising, and sales. She has done import, export. Look, if you're looking for someone to coach you, Coach Caren is the lady. So we highly recommend her. She's a trusted source. And without further ado, Coach, what do you have for us today?
We're continuing building CEO lives. And I end last week talking about you want to start your CEO life right in your home. Like you can be your home CEO and you can do a lot of things there. And I'll get a little example in a minute how that works. So last week we covered what kind of CEO you want to be, and you need to figure that out and get that in. And don't matter if you need to change at some point and realize that's not what you really want to do. Remember, this is your company. You can do that, okay? Don't be locked in. And what would be your function, what would be your role, and then find your favorite part of being a CEO and lean into that part, because when you're happy in that part, you're gonna be happy in other areas, right?
Yes.
And I close off talking about being the CEO of your life at home, and this is really good training ground, right? And you could start as soon as you get your own home. If you're single, if you're a family person, if you weren't before, you can go and rename yourself. Yes, you can. Let me just tell you. And you can become that girl, that guy. If that's what you want to do, you can become that. And you decide all the things in the house that needs getting organized and done. And now you organize it and you delegate it because you have done it. And now you watch it flow and you do corrections. You tell people, you get them organized. I was in this, I still have the program. I bought it. Pretty expensive program too, but it is about Asana, teaching you how to organize things in Asana. And when we were on the challenge training before I buy into the program, I remember the girl wants everybody put their business, and I didn't put in my business. I did the planning for the house. And I'm telling you, everybody was fascinated and wanted to know how they can get a piece of that, because running a home is not easy. It's a task on its own. And when you figure out how to do it well, girl, you're CEO in that. You're CEO in that. Let me tell you, when you figure out how to run it well, because you did it. But the part is when you are able to delegate and it's done properly. You can leave, you cannot be, and people just know and need and fit in and do what they got to do and take some pressure off of you. Because sometimes people have so much to do in their homes and their business is suffering because they're like toggling between, I got to go to work, I want to start a business, and I got my home to run. And they're quietly not saying that I have my home to run, because people think, well, you can hire a cleaner, whatever. But the truth is, when you hire a cleaner, a chef, anybody you hire, they're add-on to what you have before. And if you haven't have it organized, when you bring in new help, a lot of chaos happen because you haven't figured out how to have this extra stuff. And I could go on and on with people who hire people and let them go because they weren't organizing themselves. And so either the people leave because they can't take it.
Well, you know something, there's nothing worse than working for a disorganized person or for a person who doesn't really know what they want, because they never stop to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's like working for the person that says, bring me a rock, and they don't tell you what kind. You keep bringing rocks, and that's not it. Well, can you give me an idea of what you have? No, but I know it when I see it. We are not playing that game.
At all. At all. So part 2, we're going to look about building a schedule to support your new role, because we're getting into that new role. You need a better schedule to support it. And guys, let me tell you, even if you don't like clutter, get I don't know, go get a Canva from you guys got Dollar Tree, we got Dollar Store, something, whiteboard, and put it up. And so when you understand your schedule, look up there, stick to your schedule. If all you have on there for you when you're learning is just 3 things in the CEO role, but you still have to do the other roles right now, make sure you name it and you put it in. I was telling a friend the other day, she said, Karen, what are you doing today? I said, girl, I'm working on my business, not in my business. That was a day where it feels like I'm doing nothing, but I'm mapping out the specific thing that I'm working on. And I need time and space to map it out. Crazy, just dump it. I need to get it out my system. I need all the flow to happen. Sometimes it happens at my desk. Sometimes I leave and go outside and do it. Sometimes I take a bus ride and do it. I take a train, because that's how I work. Everybody works differently. I need that time and space to just breathe. I don't want to be focused on anything that I'm doing. I just want that. And that's what I've given myself. You got to know what you need. You know, I used to say it all the time. I don't have that right now, but having a driver, if you're not working from home, or even if you're working from home and you want to have that time, because we also have people that I've done that hire a car, not just a taxi, hire a service. And I could just sit in the car and he drives me and I do what I want to do, because the movement I find is helpful. So everybody's got their thing, but I love that sort of thing. I remember a friend and I her husband had hired a guy for us, and he was saying, I love learning from people. When people like you come in my car, because she's a businesswoman too, I am just soaking it up. You understand? That's what he's telling us. He says, because I get to use it back in my business. We ended up talking with him for a good little part of the ride, and he says, you guys mind? Like he pulled us up to where we were going. Was a function. And then he literally took out his book. He said, Karen, I just need some notes. And my friend was laughing. She's like, you serious? He's like, no, that conversation was good. I need some notes. I just need to, I knew what I wanted to ask. So and he asked, I answered, and he just wrote it down. He goes, you don't know what you're doing for me. I love people who take quick action, okay?
Yes.
He got his 5 questions answered. He wrote it in. Now he can go and apply to those cars, because the one thing he was talking about, he had 1 car and a car that he was thinking of getting. I said, don't think. You go get the 2 other cars that you want. You got your uncle that is waiting to drive and your brother. Get them driving. And you really run this business, because he's good. His car was clean. Yeah, he could be Uber driver, but that's not what he's a private driver. That's what he does. He does limos, driving, or really nice cars. Because I'm no car names, I can't tell you guys, but really nice cars, set up with snacks and water and the whole shebang. And you feel really great in the car. And he is really well-mannered. He's dressed nicely with his tie and white shirt. It's a top customer service, customer service. I liked him. I like how he operated. Used him also for going to the airport. Really nice guy. So you send him your itinerary in advance, and he gets you there on time away, so you don't worry anymore. Also, the other service he was offering, and I thought it was a bonus, is that he called in. At the time, we had a system where you want to call in the night before to make sure the flight is still flighting. You know, nowadays you can just go on the computer, but he did all of that for you. Okay. And so you're not getting to the airport wondering if the flight get canceled. Also, once you check in and you're good to go, he's gone. He's not leaving you there in case you need him to take you back home.
Exactly.
He was like
that is that
chef
part.
Kiss. Yes.
Yes.
You know, chef kiss. So yeah, you got, you know, this is so many great things you get to do when you really build your business as a business. It's always a thing. I have an idea. I love to do this. I want to make that. But then once you get past that, guys, don't get caught up in that groundwork and don't move. Get movement. It doesn't have to be big movements. Little tiny movements, you know. Today, I just want to figure out how to work in Canva. And some people say to you, don't waste time. Get somebody and hire them to use in Canva. But they don't know your voice yet. They don't know your brand name yet. You can get them colors and that, but you would still need a couple of revision to have the conversation with somebody to take over Canva. But if you went in yourself, I'm not just giving you this as Some people say to you, just go build Canva. And I'm telling you, get in there, play around, and see what you like. If you were using Canva, just an idea, right? And
Mm-hmm.
once you understand your tone, you can go back now and have that conversation with your social media manager or your brand strategist. And you can say, hey, this is what I like. This is what I see. Here is where I am in Canva. And these things excites me. I like talk casually, I in a friendly tone, and they can see it because they have the eye for it. But you took the time to do that. So now you are a really great client to work with. By the way, people enjoy that type of client. Okay. You get work done. Not the client where I'm a hairdresser, I do hair, don't ask me anything else. I just want you to build my website. Well, you're not going to get a great website because the person don't know what to do. And so they're billing
Exactly.
you. They don't know what to do.
They have to ask you questions. They don't know if you're a colorist. They don't know if you're just about braids, or if you you know what I'm saying? They don't know what your prices are, or how you book appointments.
They
What
have
days are
to
you
know those
off?
things. Yeah. Yeah, they have to know those things. Got to give them time. So, you figure out your schedule. And so I was going back to Canva and understand your new role. So if your new role, whatever you're doing in that role, you decide. I can't tell
Mm-hmm.
you what to do. I can tell you a lot of things, but I can't tell you what to do. But I'll give you some suggestion in a minute. And you got the 3 things that you want to do for the day.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to learn something new in your business to incorporate, to eventually hand it off. Go learn about it. Have
Mm-hmm.
some things about it. So that when you hand it off, you've got this package to go give to the person that you're handing it off to. And she, in turn, once she improve it, will eventually hand it off to somebody else because they've improved it. And it's hard when you force let go, just like I talk about in part 1. Go listen to that if you haven't. You get in the bird flying out of the nest. It takes a while. The bird fall down. The bird get it back. He flies. He get it back. Same story. It has to happen. But then you figure out your schedule. And once you have the 3 top things, whatever those are, and you find that they're not what you want, you change it again. You're not locked in until you lock yourself in. You got
Mm-hmm.
to fine tune. Whatever you come in and do you come in and look at the books? You don't have to be a bookkeeper to look at the numbers. I come in, I look at my numbers. If that's what you need to do, maybe pull up your business account. If that's what you need to do, the top 2 people you need to talk to for the day, you need to have a meeting. And meetings don't have to be long and dreary. Ours is on Monday mornings. It's a 15-minute meeting. We got to touch a base on what got covered last week, where we're missing on to getting done, and we go over it. We see we were fall down. Somebody was off. They weren't able to get it done. That's fine. How do we build that in? And I don't
Mm-hmm.
want them to just push all in one day. How do we stretch it out for the week and still get our other work done? So you're not overwhelmed, but I know you're getting the work done for me. And I'm seeing some results. How are we doing this? And we sit and we get that done. And because I'm coming to the meeting with the things we're going to touch on, we get through that. We got a timeline. The timer goes off. Anything else is picked up at a later date, or we set a time and deal with it. Now you're working on the business. You're working on the things that's going to elevate. Now you might still have to go back and do admin work, let's say, or whatever. Carve out, most businesses don't need more than 2 hours for admin work. The only way
Oh.
you need more is because you're piling on things and not getting to it. And
Mm.
when you're efficient, you finish it in 30 minutes to an hour. When you become efficient, and when you come that efficient too, again, you can pass over the admin because now you understand. And you decide what goes into your admin pile. I could tell you a bunch of things, but you understand what's going there. And then some things you can automate, so you're not even touching it.
Because you're building a list as you
Yes.
do it, right?
Yes. 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 Set aside and write it down. Most people like, that's going to take too long. No. When you train somebody, when you train your own mind, because this is part of you training your mind to understand, hey, I'm Caren, the CEO, and for the first 3 hours of my shift, this is what I'm doing. Or I do my CEO work in the afternoon because that's my hour. From 2 to 4 is when I shine. So that's when I'm going to do my CEO stuff. If from
And isn't this how you build a job description
Mhm.
for the person who's going to be doing this
Mhm.
task?
Yeah.
Because if you haven't outlined what it entails, what's the first thing? I know as an employee, the first thing I ask is, okay, so what are my duties? What do you need me to do? Well, if you don't have it in writing, now I'm sitting around waiting for the next set of instructions. I'm filing my nails. I'm looking crazy, and I'm totally bored. And I'm wondering, I don't care how much these people are paying. I'm sitting here wasting my lifetime.
Exactly. Exactly. You need to know it. When I first got my job, and the lady said to me, she said, Karen, could you write out your job description? I mean, my supervisor didn't have any. I had to write my own.
You see what I mean? And sometimes that can be dangerous.
I'm like, you trusted me?
You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what your business is about.
I think you trusted me. And she's like, Karen, I think you got it together more than I do. Honestly, I think you could do my job. And I was like, you
That's
just
scary.
yes. It turned out well. She was lucky
Mhm.
that it's a person who knows what to do in situations, but it could have been anybody. But anyway, it ended up
You
benefiting
made
me
a good
crazy.
choice. That's all. She's
It
a
ended
blessed
up benefiting,
woman.
helping me tremendously because I was able to go to school because I got to fix my hours to suit. She handed over to me, so I was like, I'm gonna make it work for me.
I hear you.
All right, number two is because we want to keep track of time. Number two is overcoming the pullback into old roles. Because when you're going to this new journey, you're going to feel pullback. And I think
Mhm.
lots of time we don't allow ourselves the space for the pullback.
Do I understand that? What
Okay.
does that mean?
Overcoming the pullback. So if you're in, I'm going to use a client as an example.
Yeah.
She's
Give
been
me.
helping her husband run his company and she wants to start her own. And
Mm,
she's getting pulled back into the idea that if she doesn't look after his end first, she can't get to hers. And
mm,
so she needs to shift the mind. We're working on shifting the mind in understanding that, hey, you're building this company as the CEO, and here's the grunt work you're doing right now. I know you're bottom of the barrel. Don't worry about it. But you have to come first because his company is not yours. I
mm,
know, I understand. I know the feeling. I know you're going to be uncomfortable. He's going to probably make you feel terrible about yourself whether he's intending to or not. Is just a human being. I want to not see him as my husband being bad. I want to see it as a human being used to certain things and don't want change. That's how you need to see it. This way, you're able to pass it quicker than if you're like whining about him himself. Okay. I said, he has a job. So this is something part-time. So you've been the main, actually, you've taken on 90% role of this company and you hate it because you want to start your own and you don't know how to tell him, I don't want to do it. You're not a brave girl right now, but we'll get you brave eventually. She'll get there.
yeah, that's a tough place.
Yes. So in the meantime, what we're going to do, we're going to focus on building your company. You understand that you're the CEO, but you're doing the grunt work. We can have every level that we're attacking, and we're
Mhm.
gradually going to pull away from his business, which means you can give him more responsibility. So, for instance, you do all the quoting and everything. You're going to do not a code, but you can do a sample sheet. So the questions you ask customers, you're going to have it set up so he can ask the questions. Don't fill in the answer. Don't decide anything. Let him have everything. And then when he comes to you, you guys discuss it. And I know it's going to be painful because he's going to tell you, I don't know what to say and do. And you're going to have to probably sit there for 30, 35 minutes listening to him, not knowing what to do. And you cannot volunteer information because if you do, you're going to be hooked back in.
Mm. Oh my goodness. Wouldn't it be easier just to hire somebody to replace you?
He wouldn't, the business wasn't making enough money, A, to hire
I
somebody,
see.
and he probably
Mm.
wouldn't go for it. So we wanted to come out. It's a
Woo.
lot of work, but here's what that's doing for her, Terry. That is giving her an opportunity to learn a new skill. As much
Yes.
as it's painful, she's learning a skill with a difficult person. And if she could overcome that, she's going to be so good after.
Oh my goodness.
Difficult skills are not built nice on roses and in these, it's built in prickly beds, and nobody likes it.
Okay, I give you that one. It is built in prickly bits. Oh my gosh.
And he might shut the business down. And she's going to have to swallow that idea, right?
Wow.
That after all her hard work, he might close the business down. But her business
Seriously.
is not going to be closed down. And she's got to hold on to that.
Wow.
And so the prickly bed is being prickled right now. And we're all for it. Not because she's all for it, but I'm excited because she doesn't understand the lesson she's learned. She can be such a good delegator once she get over the prickly bed. She's going to step back in a few thorns, but then she's going to be able to, oh, that's pricking me. Take my feet off. Oh, that's pricking my finger. Oh, no, 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 no. So she's learning all these wonderful skills to bring over now because she's going to need an employee shortly, and she's going to be able to use a lot of this stuff for them.
Wow.
So that's what she's learning.
All righty then. I can just imagine what that's doing to that.
It's just doing its thing. But she got better days than others. Some days are really bad, but she's moving, which I love and that. So not getting pulled back into that. And let me show you another way. If you've been all the time doing the thing all the time, you're going to feel also you need to go back and do it. And so you're feeling the pull to come back. You're feeling disappointing yourself that you're not doing it, but you're doing okay. If you're sewing 10 bags a day and you're a bag company, sew the 10 bags. Just remember to understand that everything needs to be written down. How the lining, how the zipper is attached, how the locks is attached, how the straps are attached, where we buy all the material from, every tiny bit of thing. Everything is listed down. And when you feel yourself, if you know the role of the sewist is going to be to sew it together. Is she doing pattern and sewing? Do you have to do the pattern yourself? You need to know each step. So when you give it over to her, you're not coming back and taking it back. You're not taking it back. The only way you're involved in it is if you're doing a new style, a new pattern, or she's seeing something that could be improved and she brought it to the table in those 15 minutes meeting that we have with your employee, and now you're taking that into consideration. And I don't want you to take that and make that in your day. I want to set aside some time. That's why I ask each person who is wanting to live the CEO life to just take a day for yourself, not a weekend if you're off, no, just a day within your 5-day-a-week work. And I want you to make that day for your thinking day, the day where you explore new ideas, take things into consideration, understand who you are as a person, who you're evolving to be, the person that was yesterday that you didn't like some things about. Take this time, investigate you, figure out these things for you, and not all at once, but little by little. All right, we're winding down.
I'm still back there with,
the prickly bed.
My husband and her. I can't even see them turning them over an intake form and saying, this is, or an assessment form, or what did you call it? A quote form. I don't know. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, but if he don't make the quote, it's not like she can't help him, but he got to meet her halfway. And if he don't make the quote, he won't get a job. And then his business wouldn't get to where he wants it to be, to not be where he's at right now. And if he wants to stay there, he could. And this is going to be his choice totally. And she wouldn't take any ownership of the blame because she gradually moved.
See, that's the part right there. Because I think a lot of times people are looking for excuses,
yes,
not to do what they're supposed to do.
Yes. And so when you this is why I love data so much, because you can't blame me because I've been writing everything down. I have everything to talk to you about. And I tell people, guys, good with this, and women need to get really good with this. You need to take the emotions out of it, and you need to sit there with your notepad and you say, well, on Monday, the 30th of June, we spoke on estimation forms and you weren't able to do your part, so I couldn't get mine done. And establish, as if it's your spouse, we're sitting down to a business meeting. This is not a personal meeting, so we can't bring anything personal into this show. If you are not ready for unpersonal things, we can't have the meeting. We got to have it when you're ready to talk business. I love you, but this is not a I love you meeting. This is a business meeting. And I understand if you're not ready for it. And then you can't say anything more. And I've trained quite a few people. You got to walk away. You got to walk away. You cannot stand there arguing because it's a business meeting. I established that and I leave. I don't care if you got to go to the washroom. Go lock yourself in the washroom. But our meeting is done if it's getting personal. because that's an attack on you, and that's taking advantage of you, and it's a friction of abuse that's starting to happen in there, and I don't want that to happen to you. So I prepare my clients on a lot of things that, to look out for, watch the switch, be aware of, and physically get up and leave. Do not sit there.
I'm sure that takes a lot of role play.
Yes.
Because it's
and they start with smaller things. Like I'm giving you the bigger thing, but it starts with smaller things, because I always ask them for a list of things that is bugging them that they're doing that they don't want to do. And so we get to manage each part to work up to that. Because people can't do the big right away.
No,
they gotta work. They can't do the big right. They can't do the prickly right away. They have to work up to the prickly. But I'm in the mind that they can do it, but they don't know that they can do it, and they need to have their coach telling them it's possible, and they need to check in. So she might have to send me an email. I've got a Facebook message late in the night. I'm not opening it, but I understand the person just needed and I said to her, just write me the note. I'm not going to open it, but you write it. In the morning, I'll see it. Because that way it's out of your head and you're not going to sleep thinking, oh my God, I wish I could talk to Coach Caren. No. Type it, leave it. I'll see it next day. And I can message you right away and tell you what's next steps. It's in me. So it just flows. I could say, let's handle it this way. Let's move this, and don't tackle it for the next 2 days and what have you. So just so you guys know, girl, you guys and gals, we handle it. It's coaching thing, so it takes a lot, but it gets people over the hump, and that's what gets me excited. Okay. That's what gets me excited.
There you go.
Oh my God. And number 3, we're finishing up here. Hiring a CEO if you need to step away. This is the other thing. Once you become one, if you live your CEO life and at some point your business is big enough and you want to hire somebody and step away, this is not an overnight thing. This is it could take you 6 months. It could take you a year to find the right CEO to take your place. If you want to be an absentee owner and you truly want to be an absentee owner, or you want to be a 0.75% absentee owner, all of these things are possible, but it takes work to get you there. You got to prepare yourself to get there. And then you have to give up a lot of the things that you were in control of. And you got to know that you're there. And you don't know unless you start the journey. And listen, if you start a journey and you feel you can't do it, walk away. If you start a journey, that movie, The Apprentice, people should watch it and then watch it and then watch it with a notebook and then watch it again. It's like such a great movie with Anne something, can't remember her name, Hathaway. Yeah, I enjoyed The Apprentice. I enjoyed so many different parts of it. And, she owned the company. People are telling her to get a CEO. She didn't want to. And I'm just glad when she didn't, because she wasn't ready. That movie will help you with understanding getting a CEO and not settling. Not because you can investigate. You can like a car. Let me just say this. You can love a car, and then you go in the car and drive the car to the corner and realize it's not the car for you, and leave the car alone and buy a different car. No matter how great it looked to everybody else, because the car is not for you. Send me to see you.
Wow.
Guys, I wouldn't say anything more. You might well see you, because you can see I can talk for a long time about the subject.
Well, look, we're going to wrap up here because you touched on all 3 points.
That's brave.
I think the biggest one was handing it when you're in business with a spouse. That can be really tricky, and you're going to need a coach, people, because you're going to have to do some serious role playing, depending on, what the
dynamic relationship is too, right? It's not an easy thing to have a business with your spouse. It's not easy. It's you have to be able to, and you could be wanting to, but if the spouse is not wanting to, don't do it. Don't do it to save money. First of all, don't do it to help them out. Don't do it. Don't do it. Do it if you know that you are able to be responsible for you, not them, just you. That's the only way to do it, so that when you're having these conversations, you can be in control of, this is what you wanted to do. This is how I decided I could help you. And I tell people, please, 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 please. I know it's your spouse and you're looking great. Sign a piece of paper that he agreed that you would do this and he would do that. So you could bring it back to the table. If you so desire, but I won't do it. I won't do it. Even my children, guys, even my children. Yeah, we sign a piece of paper that for the next 30 days, this is what you're going to be doing with your mother. And then if it don't work out, they can go find another job and I can release them. Allow yourself to be doing what you're going to do. But we are come to the end of this. So today we covered how, building a schedule to support your new role is important. You must do it. Overcoming the pullback into all roles, things that you wanted to let go of, train and leave people to do, don't go back and take it over. Let them do it, please. Let them mess up, correct them. And then eventually, if you want to hire a CEO to replace you for half, 3/4, or the whole darn thing, make it a journey. 30 days, 12 months, take your time. Make good decisions and go watch a movie to support what I'm talking about. It's right there in plain sight. A lot of movies show you a lot of things if you pay attention. Look at it for the enjoyment and the fun, and then go back with a piece of paper and write notes. And then go back and watch it to support the notes you just written.
Wow. Coach, I'm telling you, building a CEO life. Some of the things seem so common sense, but common sense and action are often two different things. So I'm glad you didn't skip over those things like a schedule and things like that, and writing things down. Oh my gosh. Okay, so guys, I want you to remember that Coach Caren can be found at Profits in Daily. Oh my gosh. And also she's on Instagram and Facebook. And if you're looking to book an appointment, hey, take a screenshot of this. You can go to her Calendly and book a complimentary 30-minute appointment.
Yes.
If you are part of the Biz Chicks community. So we love you for that, Coach Caren, that you are reaching out to our community. And we know that you will help them run a profitable business that's fun to run.
For sure.
Oh my gosh, guys, it's just been a joy. I always have fun when you're here, Coach Caren.
Thank you. Me too. So cool.
Because I always learn something, that I can apply to my life, to my business, and to the adventure of just navigating the planet.
Yes.
So I know. So with that, I want to remind you all that if you're looking to become a part of Biz Chicks, you can join Biz Chicks by simply texting Biz to 33777, or you can find us over at bizchicks.net. We'd love to share with our community what it is you do and how you serve. We'll see you soon. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you again, Coach, for all you do.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in today. We trust you've learned something to help you build a more profitable business and take the hassle out of your hustle. See you next time.